welcome to Infinity Prep. In today's video, we will be covering the basics of algebra. What is a variable? A variable is simply a placeholder for a numerical value. A real-world example of this would be a phone's charge. A phone's charge decreases as you use it and increases when you charge it. It is not a fixed value. Variables are represented by the letters x, y, z, b, c, m, and n. E and I aren't used because they represent other things in math. In algebra, you'll often see expressions with one or two variables where you have to evaluate them. You will be given a value for each variable in order to evaluate the expression. The problem here states to evaluate xy plus 2y when x equals 3 and y equals 5. I've color-coded the equation and the variables here with different colors so that it's easier to see which number to plug in to which variable. To solve this, all you need to do is replace every x you see with the number 3 and every y with the number 5. When you do that, you get 3 times 5 plus 2 times 5. Now, all you need to do is do basic arithmetic and get the answer. This becomes 15 plus 10, which becomes 25. Now on to a more complex problem. This problem has decimals and fractions, but the idea here is the same. All you have to do is plug in 4 for every x and 10 for every y. When you do that, you get 3 times 4 plus 2 divided by 4 plus 0.3 times 10. 3 times 4 is 12. 2 divided by 4 is 1 over 2, or 0.5. And 0.3 times 10 is 3. And this equation becomes 15 plus 1 over 2. And you can either write this as 15.5 as a decimal or as a fraction. The fraction of this would be 31 over 2. You can write it as either one of these. Combining like terms may look scary, but it's the same as adding and subtracting normal numbers. The only difference is that you're adding and subtracting variables. To combine like terms, you have to add or subtract variables that are the same, depending on whether they're positive or negative. Let's look at this concept through a simple example. The expression here is 1x plus 2x. To make this easier to understand, I put a 1 before the x, but the 1 is usually not written and is implied. The two terms, 1x and 2x, have the same variable, so they can be combined to form a single term. To do this, all you have to do is add the two terms' coefficients. The coefficient is a number before a variable. In this case, the coefficients are 1 and 2, and I color them red to make it easier to see. Now all you have to do is add the coefficient. When you do this, you get 3x from 1 plus 2, which equals 3. Equivalent expressions are expressions that mean the same thing but are written in different ways. For example, 2 times 2 and 4 are equivalent because 2 times 2 is 4, which is equivalent to 4. In algebra, you can be asked which of the given choices of expressions are equivalent to another expression. For example, you can be asked which of the following expressions are equivalent to 2x plus 3y plus 1 plus x, and be given a list of choices like 2x plus 4y plus 1, 3x plus 3y plus 1, and none of the above. To work this problem, you have to combine like terms in the expression 2x plus 3y plus 1 plus x in order to simplify the expression and see if any of the given options are equal to it. The like terms in this expression are 2x and x, which can be combined to form 3x. Rewritten, the expression is 3x plus 3y plus 1. This expression cannot be simplified any further because there are no more like terms. And as you can see, 3x plus 3y is one of our choices. There are two things to remember about dividing by 0. A number divided by 0 is undefined. For example, 2 divided by 0 is undefined. The second is that 0 divided by 0 is also undefined. In today's video, we learn about variables, a placeholder for a numerical value. Examples include x, y, z, b, c, and n. E and I are not used as variables since they're already symbols used in math. Substituting and evaluating expressions is plugging in values for variables. An example is x plus y equals 5 when x equals 2 and y equals 3. Combining like terms is the same as adding, subtracting, dividing, and multiplying. The only difference is that you can only combine terms that have the same variable. An example is 2x plus 3x plus 4y equals 5x plus 4y. Dividing by 0 in math is not possible. Any number, including 0, divided by 0 is undefined.